Hi everyone! I feel like it's been so long since I filmed a video for you guys, and I don't even remember the last time I did a flip through. I don't know. Being in quarantine, the days kind of melt into each other, so I don't really know how much time has passed, but I wanted to show you guys the planner that I'm in starting 2021 and the size. So this is the Louis Vuitton GM Agenda, which is A5 size. And I was in A5 size for the end of 2020. I was in my lychee white Moterm A5 planner, the Luxe. And then I went back to my Louis Vuitton MM Agenda, which is personal size. I just did that like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'm already back in A5. And the reason being is I really miss the portability of the personal size, but I got really used to the space, like the writing space of the A5 size. Plus we have some pretty big goals for 2021. So I just felt like I needed all the room I could get. So A5 was the way to go. So I'm back in this one. So I'm gonna do a flip through. A lot of pages are gonna be blank because I just moved back into this last night. But the system, the setup and everything is pretty much the same as I had in the personal size and even in 2020. But I'll show you, I'll point out the things that have changed. So here's how it looks when you open it up. Sorry for the glare. I'll try to hold this up a little bit. So I keep it pretty plain here. I have some sticky notes from Top Paper Co. Do I have anything in here? I don't have anything in here right now. This first secretarial pocket. Back here I have just one of our notepads here. The older version of the Dream Plan Do marble lined notepad just for extra notes. Here I'm just started playing with this page for our Sam & Co Dream Board party, which is happening, well, by the time this video posts, it's happening today, Sunday. But I playing around with doing some images, like a version of a dream board here. So I have our goals card, which this card is a freebie that is going out with all orders right now until we run out of these ones. And then there's space here to write your goals. I haven't wrote those in yet. But then my top 3 goals, which is wellness, buying a home this year, and the business, growing the business. So I have images I printed on my Instax mini printer thing and put them here. I always get questions. This pocket page is from Foxy Fix. So I believe their shop is not open right now indefinitely. So you could get ones similar to this from Cloth and Paper and Catspresso. I'll link them below. And then behind here I just have this sweater pattern vellum from our shop, which I'm about to switch out for February. This was like our winter one, and I want to switch out for a February theme, but that's what I have back there now. And then my first tab is my year tab. And just to mention these dividers, these ones here are from Cloth and Paper. I think they're called the glass dividers or whatever. So it's shiny on one side and more frosted on the other. So yeah, my first section is year, and this is very similar to my past setup, so a lot of you might be familiar with this, but I have my 2021 year at a glance calendar here. I keep track of my menstrual cycle. That's pretty much what I use this calendar for, to keep track of that, but also just as a reference for dates and stuff. And then I have my goals inserts, just like always. I redid my goals or tweaked them up for 2021, so I'm gonna rewrite them in. So this is how this looks. These inserts are available in our Etsy printable shop in various sizes. So once I fill those out, I'll show you guys again how that looks. But it's just basically like yearly, monthly, weekly, daily goals and recurring tasks and routines is what I would put here. And then this is actually something new that just got released in our Etsy printable shop. I created this year tracker because I wanted a space to track you know, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, hair appointments. You could use this to track bills. Another idea I had for this is to track like correspondence. I call it my friends and family plan, which I'm planning to share more about that very soon with you guys. But I thought this would be super handy for a lot of things. So it's just the year tracker. It's the same thing on the back. So that's my year section. And then my next section is my month section. And here's just my monthly inserts. I only have January filled out right now. I'm about to fill in February. And so this is how it looks. This is just kind of like an overview of the month, any due dates or certain things I have to note. And I use it kind of like for pre-planning. And then once it's time to plan the month, this is the main section here. I color coordinate. So this is somewhat new. I don't think I've ever showed this in one of my flip through videos, but I'm utilizing this calendar more, or I'm trying it out. So I put a lot of the shop stuff on here and I color code it by like content, new releases, monthly subscriptions, a few due dates, a design schedule here. I just reworked this section, so that's why it's blank. I'm gonna add projects here and then upcoming things here that's happening the next month that I want on my radar, so I'll fill that out. But yeah, this is a new way that I'm using the monthly view, and I really like it a lot so far. And this is one of the big reasons why I went with the A5 size, because this gives you so much space on the monthly view. Otherwise, in the personal size, for me, the boxes were pretty small, and that used to fit my needs well before. But now that I'm trying to use it more for this kind of information, I needed more space. So this was a big determining factor with me coming back to A5 so quickly. So I keep the whole year of monthly inserts in my planner each year. They mostly remain blank except for like if there's a couple of due dates or something that I need to make note of, then I put it on this page. And then when it comes time, then I'll plan this out, you know, as I get closer to like March or whatever. But I do keep a whole year in here. And then the next section, oh, I forgot to mention at the end, so my last month in here is December. At the end of my months, I keep this important dates. A lot of people keep this important dates at the front and list like birthdays and other stuff. I keep it at the back because I will use this for 2022 important dates. So I mean, there's not a lot of things you plan so far in advance, but there are some things. So that's what I use this for. If there's anything coming up in 2022 that I need to make note of, I do it on this page. And then this is my weekly section. And this is a new insert I'm playing around with. I showed you guys this insert before, or a version of this. I tweaked it a bit to add this to the front. I'm going to use this weekly overview for menu planning, I believe. That's the plan so far. And then this is pretty much the same as you guys probably have seen before on these videos. I'll show it to you guys filled out later. Just a whole week overview vertical. And then on the back, I just made this for myself because it's things that are like forward planning. So things I'm not going to get done this week, I'll list it here. And there's 2 columns because I like to split mine up between personal and business. So that's my weekly inserts, and I keep a month's worth of weekly inserts in here. Like I said, I just moved back in here, so they're all blank right now. My next section is my daily section. So this daily dashboard is also from Cloth and Paper. I believe it's also that glass where it's very glossy on the front and frosted on the back. But I don't use this side. When I flip to my Today, I use this side, and I prefer the frosted look actually. And I keep this, one of my favorite vellums. You've seen it in all my planners. I keep it there, and this is just like my inbox, you know, things to put sticky notes on and stuff like that. And then my daily pages. The daily pages, I forgot to mention that all the inserts here can either be found in our main shop on Shopify or our principal shop on Etsy. So this insert, is actually, I tweaked it for my own personal use, but this design is the same, but on the back, instead of repeating this design on the back, I just put some lines here for notes, for taking notes. So this is my daily. I do use a daily pretty much every day, probably not Saturday and Sunday, but I usually use it daily because I like to map out my days with this timed section and my to-do list and stuff. So I keep a whole month's worth of daily pages in here. And then the next section after all these daily pages is these 3 dividers. So you have wellness, family, and biz. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know those are my 3 categories, my top 3 priorities. And so I have those as the last 3 dividers in my planner. So the first one is wellness. And what I plan to do here is, in the beginning of my planner, you haven't seen yet because I haven't filled it out, but my goals section, I always have a top 3. And so my top 3 goals, my priorities always stay the same, which is wellness, family, and the business. But my goals for each of those categories can change from year to year. So the ones that I designated for 2021 will be worked out here. So I have this insert here that I just made for myself really quickly. I whipped it up on the computer to track my food, how it's affecting my health stats and stuff like that. That's one of the #1 tools that's going to help me reach my goal. So I have it in my wellness section. And then I have some extra note paper, the grid note paper in the back for anything else pertaining towards wellness that I need to take notes on, or special projects that have to do with wellness. So this whole section is like planning for my goals and projects. So I hope that makes sense. My next section is family. What I'm gonna put here is a savings challenge, like a savings tracker here, because our big goal for 2021 is we're trying to buy a house. So I need to track, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'll put the savings tracker here, and then I'll also, for the blank paper, is all the notes that I need to take for house hunting and all of that stuff that goes into buying a new house. This section will be for that. And then my last section, which is business, we have a weekly, or really a monthly revenue goal to hit. TPS is our livelihood and our only income, so it's important to, you know, track those kind of things. So we have very specific goals for 2021, so I'm going to be tracking it here. And then again, some blank paper in the back for any other projects that have to do for the business and for reaching this goal. Some of the other inserts, if you guys watched my old videos, some of the other inserts that were in here, I'm no longer keeping it in my planner. I'm keeping it on my iPad, and I'll show you guys that in another video. I'll show you what I keep separate on my iPad, but those are more like things that I'm just recording numbers or making lists or making notes. So I moved all those kind of things over to my iPad, and here in these sections, the wellness, family, and business is just for working on current, my current year's goals and current projects. So not just lists, but full-on projects. That's what I use these tabs for. And as they fill out, I'll show you guys some examples of what I'm keeping back here. Then after the business section, I have a little zip pouch here, and in here I keep my favorite or most used stickers. I have, of course, the transparent dots I use a lot. I use these icon boxes a lot for reminders, orders, like supplies, and then I have one orders for personal, like Happy Mail. Then I have these removable page flags, which I love using as page, you know, like regular page flags. I have these text boxes or icon boxes for birthdays, and one for TV shows. And then I have these 2 sheets that are specific for January. So I have the January add-on sheet, and then I have the January calendar labels here. So I keep those handy in this little pouch. And then this one I got in that planner that they're selling at Target from Day Designer, I believe. I took it out of that planner and stuck it in here. I really like it a lot. And then this is a pocket, what do you call pocket, planner pocket or whatever. I believe this one's from Cloth and Paper. And then I have one of those Target adhesive pockets here, which I keep marble sticky notes. This is from our shop, an old product, which I think I'm going to bring back to the shop because I got some requests for those. And then in this pocket, I like to keep our sticker kits because throughout the month, then I'll go through and use some of these on my weekly and daily pages. As you can see, I use a lot for the weekly. So yeah, I just keep these handy here throughout the month, and then once like February comes, I'll switch it out and put February in here. And then I have a page lifter here, which I think this particular one also came from the Day Designer Planner, the same as that zip pocket. And then back here, I just keep a couple business cards. In this section here, I just keep some extra notes. I have a running to-do list back there that I need to transfer into this section. And then I have my handy dandy friction pen, which I've been using forever, still love it. So yeah, that's it. That's my setup for 2020. It's pretty much the same, or I'm sorry, for 2021. I keep forgetting we started a new year. It's basically the same as before with just a few tweaks and changes. So feels really good to be back with you guys again. I hope to be filming more regular videos again. And I hope you guys like this one, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.